Good morning, everyone. This is Mary. You made it to day 3, and I am so proud of you. So this is exciting. Today, same thing, same tools is all we need. And then these are both note cards. I have a little trick for you at the end that I'm going to show you. And today we are going to use our doodles to make a card, which is kind of exciting because you'll be able to use this card to give as a gift or send as a postcard, whatever you want to do. So here we go. I'm going to use the pen again today because remember, visually I'm going to help you see better. It's all about you. Shocking, I know. All right, so this is what I learned is once you've learned some doodles, which you've learned 7 now, so if you want to pull those pieces of scrap paper out, that would be awesome. I am going to show you a couple things that we can use. So usually, I'm going to put one of these to the side. Usually, when I do a card, remember I taught you in the beginning, we usually frame the page, but this time we're going to be a little bit artistic and we're going to use whatever way we want to make a box. So some of you, there's 2 kinds of artists in the world, I know that, 2 kinds of people. Some of you who like to draw perfectly straight lines, and some of you like to draw curvy lines like this, but I want you to draw a box. However you want to get that box closed is fine with me. But I want you to draw a box because inside is where we're going to do our artwork. Go ahead, risk life, put your pen down on the paper and just make a box. If you want 4 squares or if you want it to be a perfect square, go for it. Rectangle, I keep saying square, sometimes I know it's a rectangle. I like to use, I'm just going to tell you, I like to use a little piece of, sometimes I use a piece of paper to hold my wrist so I don't smear the ink. All right, so this box, we are going to divide it up into, I'd like to see 7 spots so we can use our doodles, but you can make it as many as you want. But take your lines from top to bottom, curve it over here, divide it here, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to make myself maybe 1, 2, that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have these little ones. Maybe I'll use a doodle in one of those little ones. So let's say you have that done. We're going to go and use our doodles from yesterday. These are mine, if you remember. I'm going to use those, and we're going to use our doodles from the first day. So you're going to pick your favorite ones. Just use the ones you like. Use the ones that were easiest to do. Use whichever ones you like. So remember we played the dots game, and also remember this little hack. You can move the paper around however you want. But remember when you were a kid, I taught this on the first day, we did the dots game. So I'm going to do it, and you just keep flipping your page until you see the best way. Now it looks like it's going to be harder because it's on an angle, but it's not. You're still doing straight lines across. Remember, we're trying to keep them equidistant from each other and from up and down and sideways. Sometimes we're going to run out of space, like maybe that one will fit, but there's not going to be any there because there's no more. There'll be one here, 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 and not one there. But we're going to make these look like they go off the page, so stick with me here. Remember, this trick is over the top and under the bottom, over the top and under the bottom, over the top and under the bottom. You're just going to keep doing that all the way. So I made it look like it's coming up, so you just have to remember, okay, if half of it is missing, I'm just going to go under the bottom, under the bottom. I'm just going to make it look like it goes off the page. This one's probably got a little thing there. Same thing. And then remember, we're going to rotate our page. We're going to do it again. Make it look like it comes off the top of the page. So under the bottom, over the top. Now everybody's of this will look a little bit different, just depending on how you draw. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's is. Remember, there's no erasers in this world either right now because it's just practice. When you move to your good one, then you can do it. Then you can do something good. So what you're doing is you're fitting these 7 patterns or 6 or however many patterns you want to use in each one of these sections. So you're picking a section and you're using it. All right, so there's my first one. My second one, I'm going to do this one. This shape lends itself to these 2 patterns that we did yesterday. Remember, we came from here and did that. We did that I'll show you. We made this burst of lines, if you remember. So you're just going to fit, you know, as many as you can in there. And remember, we knew that this gets kind of squishy down here, but we're just going to do the pattern anyway, to the best of our ability. I'm going to do 2 rows for you so that you get the picture, and then you'll be able to move on and do it yourself. I think I can fit one more in there, one more there. So, and then remember, you're going to pick one of these rows and you're going to color in every other one. And then this one's going to be, let's see, this one's going to go like that. So remember, these 2 aisles are going to be blank. This one's going to be filled in. You get the picture, right? All right, let's move on to the next pattern, which is, I think I'm going to use this one. We're going to draw a point in the middle. Remember, we're just using our doodles from yesterday, so pull out your piece of paper. These are mine. From the first day, I stuck them in a book, and of course, I cannot locate the book, so I'm showing you the pattern from the first day. There's one of them. So you're drawing that line in the center, and then you're just gonna create your lines. You're gonna do a cross both ways, and then you're gonna crisscross like that. And then remember, we did here, we created that flower pattern. We just did loops here. Same thing, we just kept going around. Some patterns you'll want to lift up your pen for each step, and then some you could just keep it going. Just depends on whatever's comfortable for you also. And again, so one thing I want to tell you that, again, I am pretty cheap, let's say, for lack of a better word, on materials, because I do so much doodling that I found that you don't have to have the best of materials. If I was doing something really nice for a client, like sometimes I do big pictures for clients, of course I'm going to use nice watercolor paper, something like that. All right, you get the picture there. These ones, the second one after the flower, remember we colored in yesterday, made kind of nice in there. All right, I'll leave that to you. And then this next one, I'm going to pick, let's see which the next one should be. Okay, remember this one from the first day is we did the mountains and valleys. Straight line. And then we're gonna do that all the way across. I'm gonna do that pretty quickly so you get it. But you could look at your pictures from the first day. And then this one, remember, our line is gonna follow the pattern of the mountain. So another thing is it doesn't have to connect to these lines because it doesn't matter. And again, as time goes by, you'll realize which ones need to connect and which ones don't. So you get that one. The next one is if you remember the flowers, you put the circles here, and then you do the 4 petals, or 3 petals, or 5, whatever works out. It doesn't have to be exact, which is kind of nice about doodling because there's no exactness whatsoever. So leave your perfectionism, OCD, all that good stuff at home, because let me just tell you, that's not even a mean thing to say, because I have to leave mine at home all the time. All right, we're going around these 3 times. This one's going to be the one that sits on top, and then the rest are going to go around. You guys remember that, so I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to give you that. All right, next one is swirls. Swirls are so easy. It's first doodle you've ever learned, most likely. You're going to fill in the whole thing with swirls, and then one more. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patterns. I have the one left, and the one that I have left is the one that looks like a floor tile, and I'm going to use one of these little spaces right here, which is going to make it nice and Little good finishing touch on there. So you do the burst of lines, then you do the half circles, and you put a dot at each one. Remember that? All right, so here is a great trick on this one. This is a postcard. I told you that. You know that. I would use this, or a note card, I mean. I would use this as a postcard. I would probably send this to one of my daughters at college, Lily College, and you would put the stamp here. And then I always write something really quick and easy. I never make it long. I just write something like, love you much. And I sign it. And then you can mail it off. That's it. You did it. You did a card. Here is another one I did that's finished that I used a card. Let me just show you really quickly. This is a card. Target sells these in the dollar spot. I think it's 50 cards and envelopes for $3. Target, dollar spot. You should try it. And then this one I did it on a card. And inside again, I just wrote something really quick, and I can ship that right off in an envelope. So please like and share this video. And if you have anything you want to say to make me better, let me know, because I just want to make you guys happy. Have a great day.